The reason why individuals take the option of flight is because of its safety and expeditiousness. And if any of this is not achieved or hampered, aviators tend to see the other side of clients and passengers. So, on this maiden edition of Aviation and Other Jargons, I will be breaking down and explaining all you need to know about flight delays. Good day and welcome to my YouTube channel, Aviation and Other Jargons. There are so many reasons for flight delays, and I will be breaking it down to you and letting you know what are the reasons for flight delay. There might not be every reason that you could think about, but these are just the short ones I could come up with. Number 1, weather. Number 2, operational reason. Number 3, technical reasons. Number 4, flight congestion. Number 5, VIP movement. Number 6, failure of ground aids. And number 8, most of these reasons intertwine, they work or lead to one another. One reason might lead to another reason, but they all come in together, and the main subject of it all, or the main reason that they can all come under, could be termed as operational reasons, which are mostly used by the operators. So number 1, we'll be talking about weather. We all know that weather is not man-made. It is a natural occurrence. So nobody, no aviators, have power over the reasons, have power or can say this is how we're going to solve what weather is going to be like. We can only work on weather forecast for destination or where we are, for us to plan ahead and see how we can go around the weather. And for this, no aviators is to be blamed, nobody is to be attacked, nobody is to be confused. This is a natural occurrence, and we can only work with natural occurrence by making things safe and taking safety ahead of expeditiousness. Number 2 is operational reason. Operational reason is what could be termed as the father of all. When there's an issue with weather, they can be termed as operational reasons, because a delay caused by weather trickles down on the operation of an airline, and that makes it difficult for them to meet all they need to do. It affects their expeditiousness and trickles down and affects all other sectors. And when this happens, the only thing you see as a passenger is your flight delay, but it's beyond that. And no aviators like flight delays. The more aircrafts are on ground, or the more they can't take their passengers, they are losing money, and it's not good for them. Number 3 is technical. Technical basically is anything that has to do with the aircraft. The moment there's a snag with the aircraft, there is an issue, it's termed technical. And how does that affect flight delays? When an aircraft that is meant to take probably 5 to 8 averagely flights in a day, on a second flight develop a snag, a fault, or any indications, there will be a delay in trying to fix it or finding a solution. And when there is that delay, it affects those flights. Example, a flight that is meant to be for 2 p.m. has a snag around 11, and by 12 it's not yet fixed, by 1 it's not yet fixed. What do? The remaining flights are used in a way to accommodate all flights, so it kind of trickle down and affect the delays, affect the flights, affect the flight that was meant to be for 12, because they will have to accommodate the flight for 1, and the one for 2 will be affected because they have to operate the one earlier. So in a way, this is one of the basic reasons when there's a snag, indication, issues with the aircraft, engines, whatever it might be, it affects and causes high form of delay. Number 4 is flight congestion. Flight congestion and VIP movement kind of work intertwined, because you can only have flight congestion most times when you have VIP movement. And how do we talk about VIP movement? VIP movement is a normal phenomenon in aviation, whereby a time lag and limit is meant or created for VIPs. And who are the VIPs? The president with a time lag of 10 minutes, the vice president with 5 minutes. In some other areas, instead of having that kind of time lag or time delay, they create a popular way in which the aircraft can imaginarily be separated and land, or they create an airfield whereby you don't have many aircraft going to. And when an aircraft that is coming in and to land by 10 a.m. and has a flight by 2 a.m. is coming and there's a VIP movement and they are to close the airfield 10 minutes before arrival of the departure of the VIP movement and 10 minutes after the departure, 10 minutes before the arrival, 10 minutes after the departure, and it has to hold. That means, and you have a landing rate of 5-7 minutes, whatever that might sound right for the airport or the country, it's already 15 minutes. That is affecting the flight. And if it's not number one and it's probably number 5 in the holding stack, when we say holding stack, aircraft hold in the air and wait. They always wait and go as they are arranged by the air traffic controller. The moment they are delayed by 10 minutes and the landing rate is 5 minutes, for example, if they are number 5, that is 5 times 5. That is already 25 minutes plus the 10 minutes that is the airspace is to be closed. That is already 35 minutes. That is the time lag for your flight. So every flight for that time, 35 minutes already eaten out of your flight. And when it's even time for you to go and the VIP is ready to go, look at it that way. Probably it's also number 5 for departure. That is another 35 minutes. That is 70 minutes, 1 hour, 10 minutes. That is a form of delay also. And that comes to flight congestion, because when the VIP is about to go or when the VIP is about to land, aircraft are holding, thereby causing congestion to the air traffic controllers. And it's kind of not a good one, because when there is flight congestion, the controller is not happy, is trying to battle it out to make things more expeditious, but it's a law and it has to be followed. And when there's flight congestion due to VIP movement, that is flight delay for everybody. And the last one is failure of ground aids. And aids are provided on ground to make flight easy and to make it expeditious and safe. And when there's a failure of it, that means an alternative has to be used. Sometimes when you need to use radar and there's an issue with the radar, that means you have to go to procedural, and procedural causes delay. And if it's not procedural, if there's a problem with the landing aid and you go for another alternative or you go visual, that means it gives the pilot and the controller more work to do, more time, which might cause delay. And I think some other reason might come up. They are all intertwined. All of this, as an airline, will probably send a message to you telling you, oh, your flight is being delayed due to operational reasons. When they say operational reasons, these are some of the reasons that might sum up operational reasons. And these are the reasons why flights are delayed. If you have any other one, you can drop your comment and let us know under this video, then we can talk about it. But these few ones are the major ones that cause flight delay. Now that we've understand what it means and what we understand about flight delays, what can we do to avoid flight delays? Number one, you need to choose an earlier flight. And how do you do that? If you have a flight for 7 p.m., why not pick a flight of 11 a.m.? Then whatever delay that might happen, you are sure that your flight won't get beyond 10 p.m. It's a ripple effect. If you don't get that flight as at that time, and you won't go ahead and book a flight of 5 p.m. or of 3 p.m., if there is a delay of 3-4 hours, mind you, your flight might be 8 p.m., 10 p.m., or 11 p.m. So the best bet, which is always the number one, is to book an earlier flight. If you are to be in a place by 7 p.m., please book a flight between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Number two, you can check reviews. Even reviews lies, because these days they buy reviews. The best review is review of a frequent flyer. Ask friend, colleague, anybody you know, even your enemies. Ask them, have you flown this airline before? What was the service all about? That don't lie, because they'll tell you exactly what their reviews are. But if you resort to go to reviews on their site online, hey, in these days of social managers, reviews are bought. So it might exactly not be the right one. Even though some reviews are right, other reviews might be wrong. The third one, before you go to a destination, the best thing you need to do, Google, ask people, is there going to be a state function? And probably look out for weather in that area, even from where you are departing. Because if there's weather that will delay flight from where you are going, then there will be delay where you're going to. And if there's weather or there's a state function that might necessitate airspace being closed or a VIP is going there, that might cause another form of delay. And the best way, which is also the crazy way, is to use your gut. You have the God-given gut. Like, oh, I'm not flying this airline, I'm flying this airline. Oh, I'm doing this, I need to do this. That is the best one. And those are the few ways you can reduce, not eradicate, but minimize flight delay. Now that you know the reason for flight delays and you have a brief understanding of what flight delays are, anytime you have your flight being delayed, what comes to your mind? What are you supposed to do? Like, number one, you need to know your right as a passenger. And you need to just go through all these airline operators and regulators, what you need to do. Number one, check if a notification has been sent to your phone about the flight delay or extension, and it to be indicated there at the time that your flight was notified or when you were notified of the flight delays. Contact the airlines to know the reason why. There will always be a staff around. Ask them why your flight is delayed and what they understand or what is the next thing you need to do. And then you complete your concern with airport or regulators, like you report them. That's what we call know your right. You report them because at every airport you always have the office of the regulator, customer consumer protection unit, and you have the airport staff also there for you to know what the next step is, what you need to do. Most times there are forms you fill to detail it, and in some cases people get compensation if you really need your compensation. And please, knowing your right is not beating any aviator. It is not beating any staff. Mind you, the delays are not caused by those staff you see inside the departure arrival. They are just there to make your transition into the aircraft smooth. So never, never put your hands on any airline workers, airport workers, or destroy any airport properties or any other property, because by law it is a crime. And you might think it's your right, but when it is being opened, mind you, aviation laws are different from what you think is your right, and not every right is right anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Aviation and Other Jargons. You can leave your comments and ask your questions in the section below. Like the video, subscribe to our channel so that we can educate all, share with your loved ones, and make us get the numbers to let people know more about aviation. Till next time, let us live, let us love, and let us learn. Good day and enjoy yourself.